All right. I believe we are live, guys. What is good? Welcome back. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great Monday start to your day. It's RC Steve 710. We are back in action, hanging out with the crew. Let's go. We had a pretty good week last week. If you guys caught the last Micro Mondays, you know it's the crunch time to Pro Line. Let's see. Checking out audio. Audio sound seems like we're good. Mini Mayhem in the house. 5 James Adventure RC. OBRC, what is good? Fat Moose. Coop in the house. Toll Road RC. Happy Monday, guys. SoCal Crawler in the house. What are you guys up to? Shout out what you guys did last weekend or over the week. And we shouted out last week if anybody was planning to head to the SoCal event Pro Line by the Fire, which is next month in Apple Valley. We're getting rigs ready. It's getting close to the crunch time and we haven't done much, so we're just catching up. But tonight for Micro Mondays, guys, we have a couple cool stuff going on. I have unboxing of the new MB18 we'll all take a look at in person. We'll talk about some tips and tricks that you can do for a cool giveaway tonight from our good friend Coop RC here on Instagram, making the Orca chassis and more to come soon. So if you guys haven't checked out Coop, give him a follow. Make sure you are following him, actually, if you want to win some Coop gear. And there he is. There's McGirt RC in the house. What is good, brother?
Wow, first time charm today, huh? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
First time. I love that.
And
how
you can
was
see me?
I can see you bright and clear. Everything's looking insane in your screen. Bangers on bangers as always, and always mixing it up with something new, I can tell. So let's go ahead and share. Let's see what we got done over the past week. Did you get anything done?
Oh man, I've been banging shit out. Finally,
That's right. That's what I like to hear.
no win last night. I don't know what was going on. I just kind of looked out the window and I was like, "Oh, let's go." So I had done a bunch of bodywork on this bad boy, which came in on Friday. Glued it together because it was 2-piece, and then bonded it, sanded it, hit it with primer last night. Finally got this thing painted. Excuse me.
Sheesh.
Just the first round. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Probably just leave that white. I think the red and the green looks cool there. That Evo chassis. Did an oil shock swap on this bad boy all the way around. And then
No way.
Put it all the way up to the top hole so it sits super, super low. I like it.
Okay, we'll have to ask you a little bit later when we get into the mods and tips and tricks what kind of shocks that you ran with that. But
Right.
dude, super sick. And I think we all love the patina or the weather job on the Range Rover that you got right there. We can't wait to see what you're gonna do with the wheelies. So myself
I think the just
finally.
stayed pretty clean, bro.
Oh yeah, I had to
Yeah,
do
I
a
think I like it like
clean
that.
one myself
Yeah.
too.
That thing was looking sharp too.
I finally was able to get some builds going on. I don't know if you've noticed, but
You went sticker bomb
we've been a little
too?
slow.
That's funny.
We've been a little slow,
The opposite.
dude. Oh, you put the stickers too? On the
Oh yeah,
opposite.
that's the opposite with the flubber. That's funny.
That's funny, indeed.
Side
I got a
window.
little bit of scale gear in there. Got like a tow rope, a little crate with gas tank, and then I put like the spare tire from the rack in there.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And then, yeah, ended up painting the interior. So they're pretty light, honestly.
Yeah,
little
no,
interior.
super light. Everybody's always like hard body this, hard body that, too heavy, blah blah blah. But nah, just light.
Now, a
What's the
lot of these,
driver, or did you get the driver interior?
yeah, it's the driver interior, so it has like that bulky like space that I kind of just didn't really do anything about it between the seat and the driver.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, huh? It's like he's too short and got a little thing to push him forward.
Yeah, and another thing too was like the seats kind of look a little tall. They're like inches to the roof, it looks like,
Yeah, I
but
wonder if that interior. No, it's the same.
I think I
Yeah.
might need to just like add some spacers and
Yeah,
drop it down a little bit since
you
I
got
can.
room.
I have some room, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's a little. I mean, it's not that accurate scale wise, but at least there's an interior, and it's not just looking through windows into electronics, right? The
yeah.
boosters.
This this one over here, I was actually messing with those new trio wheels that came in
Yeah.
right here. Those are the classic 12 holes, and then I mounted them to some of those new Friction X Berserker tires. So
Damn it! I knew there was something I wanted to order after last week's show, and that was them.
check it out.
Fuck.
Here's how it sits on like Discovery. So the offset, it's gonna push it out a little bit more.
Right.
But if you don't mind that look, they kind of still look a little big. I'm not sure if the DJ crawler would be a little bit more appropriate. But either way, both of those wheels will kind of still push you out a little bit. Comparing to like these ones, they're the stock offset. Well, it's kind of not a good example, but on this side, still a stock offset. So I think maybe it kind of has to do with these tires looking skinny,
Right.
skinnier than the Berserkers. Kind of gives it that look, but pretty cool. Speaking of wheels, Mark, I forgot to put it in the little headliners for tonight, but there's some new wheels that dropped from our good pal WT Micro.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I was kind of hoping those were going to show up.
Same here. Was kind of hoping, but then probably
This will
show up
go
either this week or tomorrow, maybe.
probably tomorrow.
Oh, nice swag right there. I was gonna grab my laptop, but to pull them up, I don't have my laptop right now. But I'm gonna bring it in like a minute or so. But you want to share about those WT wheels? Kind of design they were.
Gosh, what was it? 60, 61? No, I forget. They're aluminum though. I know that. And he said their rings will work with the trail rings. So if you want to add the brass ones to the front, because if I read it right, what Matt was saying was that they're 3D printed inner ring.
Okay, that's
and
pretty
then
cool.
Aluminum, so they should be super duper lightweight. Yeah, but if you're looking to add a little weight to them, and there were what two options, right? Bronze and clear or raw,
clear, yeah. And they look pretty good, especially if you had some like scale, like hub style designs or hardware.
For sure.
Scale hardware definitely pop. Now the beadlock rings, I'm not sure if they're going to be aftermarket styles that fit, but the price point on Etsy, I believe they're like what, $29.99 or
actually
something like that.
He went to his own website now.
Oh yeah,
he's switching out of Etsy into his WT Micro. I think it's just WTmicro.com, if I'm not mistaken. I guess we'll know when you get your laptop. Yeah, and $39 for some pretty sweet. And not only that, but you're also supporting,
yeah,
U.S. Vegas homie.
pulling them up right now
I was
for us.
right. 60, 61 aluminum. Yeah, I wasn't tripping. All right.
Pulling it up real quick for us to check it out. Let's see.
Oh,
I actually had to grab a couple sets myself because they look so good.
oh, you got more than one?
Yeah, I wanted to get
All right.
one of each.
Very nice.
So I only have a couple bronze wheels, but I think I want to do a paint job that's more of like on the lighter side, like maybe like keep a white one or something like that.
All right. Dude, I like, oh, there you go. WTmicro.shop.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
That's why I was trying to
Yeah.
find it right now.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Sweet
I thought
guys.
.com sounded weird. Dude, I like bronze rims myself. I think they complement any rig, almost any color.
We got the
So that's
W2
what I
micro
grabbed.
site. They're the 8-slot guys, 8-slot wheels.
That is a 3-door muff. Yeah, there you go. See, those things are nice, dude.
Yeah, they're pretty. Sitting on some tiny tires, guys. So you're gonna get that narrow offset look. Still, you'll be able to add like, you know, inner weights or
Oh,
the FX weights, I should say, and still have enough red to screw on after all that stuff if you need to. But
yeah, he
there's
said the rear clearance is really big.
damn. Yeah, I like the Beadlock design. Let's see how many we got.
Those
15
are
hole.
the
15 hole. So if you have a 15 hole aftermarket rings and you want to dress it up a little bit, probably work.
we'll see.
So
Um, anybody who's curious, those are the SSD locking hubs.
oh, I know you have a couple of those sets, huh?
I don't have SSD. I've got some generic ones from Amazon. I never got SSD for micros. I do have them on some like my 110s. But yeah, if anybody's wondering where to get those, that's what those are.
So shout out to WT. Go to wtmicro.shop to check out his new website. And then he'll have all of his products hopefully listed on there, like all his body options and stuff. So check that out later. I think
Yeah, he said he's moving everything over there, slowly closing down the Etsy one. So there are bodies that he has that you might not be able to find at the moment, but you will be able to again when he gets that all set up.
let's check this out, Mark. I'll probably have everything set and done by next week to share. But a lot of you guys been with us for Micro Mondays for a minute. That we had the release of the MB24 for us FCX24 guys from Meus Racing. Not only that, they were introducing the new kind of ISO axles that are still popular. Gives us that crazy steering angle that we need. But here's the MB24 guys. I haven't touched mine in quite a while. They give you a whole chassis kit, so chassis rails with the cage and the body panels, lights, interior, and everything. So now for the TRX4M lovers, they are finally hopping in to wanting to really go really fast because we know they had the little, they call it the Ripper, right? Or what were they calling the other one?
Uh,
Mia's Ripper, I think it's called.
yeah, Ripper sounds great.
So now we have the MB18. So MB18, let's take a look at this. It's gonna be. I got the same. They sent it over, so shout out to Mia's, getting a little early access preview for you guys to check out. sent over the same kind of body colors. So they come with that blue, high vis, yellow, and black. And then they also come with like a red, gray, and black theme. Or they come with the white one. So this is actually super light, Mark. You know how they've been making those bodies lately? This feels like an even lighter material. Almost Lexani like.
Wow.
So
Said it
pretty
was Lexan.
cool, right? Here's an interior with the light bar. So you get the little drivers and then the lights. Then, guys, if you haven't built one of these MB824s, the MB18 is pretty much the same thing. Looks like you're already going to get that spare tire setup that has been available as like a 3D printed upgrade for the MB18 to add that scale tire look. But it looks like now they're going to give you a full rear tire setup on that. And then here, Mark, damn, you can really tell the size of the MB18 from my hand right there, comparing it to, my bad, guys, to the FCX24 platform. It's definitely larger just by looking from the windows and everything. So it's going to be at that, I'm guessing, of course, that 155 millimeter wheelbase. So I've seen a lot of people do some sweet builds with just these chassis, like cage style, Mark, where they're mounting like race trucks or like model trucks on there. So it's not really just the Bronco style. It's like more like pre-runner style setups.
Speaking of, wasn't there going to be an IFS version?
Yeah, so right now this is kind of just like the kit. You guys, they give you the whole instructions and everything to look at it. This is just the kit for it. So to have the kit as like getting ready for the IFS system, I believe that they are going to get that IFS system finalized around like a week or so. Maybe not a week, maybe a couple weeks, but they said that their aluminum parts are finishing up. So I'm guessing like CVD shafts and the aluminum parts for the IFS system, because I don't think they're having any plastic like running parts going on with the IFS system. So this kit should pair perfectly with the IFS system, and I know I'm stoked because it's going to be the first TRX4M. Oh, they got some more stuff in the box. That's going to be the IFS setup. Looks like they give you all the links you need to, which is really cool. And what's really cool, Mark, that I like is they give you the laydown mount in aluminum.
Oh, nice.
So, and of course, all the screws to put together the chassis. And what's pretty cool is, I don't know if you guys picked up a MB24 before, but you get a whole racing decal sheet, and they've asked me to partner up with them to kind of use my decals or logos to be part of their project. So we're on there again, which I'm pretty stoked. So along with a couple other reputable Instagram or social media influencers or content creators, if you will. So shout out Meus Racing. They say what do they say? It's not me, it's us, something like that.
Huh.
So they always looking out for the community, thinking of new stuff, which I like. It's not always the same things, just flashy, different wheels, different upgrades. They're always trying to push the limits with these little trucks. It looks like, Mark, that this one is going to be a cage only, no chassis. No chassis rails. Unless I'm... No, definitely no chassis rails. The skid, you'll probably use a TRX4M standard one.
Mm.
Kind of
Okay.
like what they did with the other one, the Ripper 18. Totally forgot what that name was called. I'll have to pull it up. But
It wasn't the Ripper? Like,
I don't know. Is it called the Ripper 18?
anybody in the chat know?
They've been releasing so much stuff though.
Oh, no.
And what they also got coming out, again, Mark, those lights, those racing lights. So that should be a pretty cool extra detail to add to this whole racing setup that's coming soon. But if you guys in the chat are watching and ready for a fully done out IFS truck for the TRX4M, shout it out in the chat. And keep an eye out for Meus Racing.
You think
We'll let you
they
guys.
were like out of nowhere, and now they're fucking huge in this scale.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I think that's pretty cool. They've been diving a lot into the 1/10 platform again. Back with all the racing kind of trucks that have been coming out for the 1/10 scale. So if you
The
guys,
Ripper.
yeah, like the Optic and stuff like that. So if you guys do have the bigger trucks, check those out. I actually have some of their Capra axles been meaning to throw on a build, so probably see those on a build soon.
Oh, yeah, there you go, Steve.
Milk Tea in the chat. I know he's always up to something. I've seen him starting an IFS build for the SCX24. I think that's where we're all waiting for too, honestly, is an SCX24 build for IFS, proper one. I know there's a few guys making those systems, but it wouldn't be too bad either to see one made from like by Meus Racing or Little Guy or someone, a full true trailing arms IFS, even front and rear IFS, full independent suspension. But yeah, let's get back to your our FCX24 chat, because I don't know if you've done anything with the electronics just yet, but I actually
Technically,
fully modded this one.
I've ordered the ESC and I have the motor, but I haven't done anything yet. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So I got this one. I went a little bit overboard. I got carried away. But we have a different light kit, guys, different motor, different electronics in general. Full size micro servo. It was pretty tight fitting to get it to fit in here, but there's a few mods and tricks if you wanted to do this yourself with your own FCX24M that we'll share. So Mark, I know you've been kind of curious on trying to fit the full size micro servos inside here. This
I'm
one's the
surprised
NS.
yeah. I'm surprised you got that in there. And that it actually functions.
Yeah, we have the NSD RS100 in here, guys, from NSDRC. This
There you
took
go.
a little bit of modding to do. I'll share what I've done. So I did purchase a metal servo mount from Amazon or AliExpress. You can probably find them on. Then what I had to do was drill some extra holes on the servo tabs. That way, it kind of gives you a little bit of a gap underneath. As you can see, this little gap, little space. So that will allow the longer can servo to float above the upper links and
Dude, it's like
still give.
ass tight, Steve.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's super tight. And then if you plan on doing that servo swap, you'll realize that your connections will be different for a stock ESC So I just said, screw it. I'll go ahead and throw in a VTEC brushed ESC and a new motor. So while I peeled off the ESC, the stock one, I was able to Dremel away like a little bit extra opening in the back of this electronics tray. So that way, under full compression, even on the tallest shock mount position, still clears and articulates just fine. And then, of course, if you guys have one of these servos, you'll want to throw on the horn that it comes with that you can get. I've noticed with like the stock links, you might run into issues of it catching. So hit me up if you need some custom steering links for the FCX24. These are some RC Steve links. They'll help you throw that steering angle all the way for these little guys. And then, Mark,
Shameless plug.
here, join the club, right? Have to grab another one of these motors because we threw one in.
55,
So I didn't want to
66.
just be empty-handed. Yeah.
Okay.
We went ahead and threw the 66 in here, guys. So that 66, with the stock pinion that the Holmes Hobbies motors come with, everything fit great. When I open this up, Mark, what's pretty cool about these transmissions is that the motor plate already has the 4 holes. So depending on if you have whatever orientation your motor holes are on, the 050 motors,
All right.
basically, you don't have to worry about making different holes or something
Nice.
like that. So
That's good. I didn't know that.
it did come with one of these. So it's like a power dash motor. You guys can see 050. And then here's the FMS, the Holmes Hobbies one, guys. So if you take a look at it side by side and you try and put them in, you'll notice that the motor holes are different. So usually when they're opposite, I feel like, I don't know, they're just way better already to begin with. And Holmes, he made these supposedly his own custom magnets, super strong magnets in here. So if you want a 050 motor to try out in an SCX24 or one of these little micro trucks, we recommend picking up the Torque Masters.
Dude,
So
I'm still a fan of brushed.
oh yeah,
There's
don't get us wrong.
there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great setup, man. The VTEC.
Yeah, and speaking about the VTEC, now with the VTEC, all these crazy lipos that have been coming out with, I actually have tried a Hard Park 200 milliamp 4S lipo inside it, and now it works like you almost don't even need this servo, which I don't have it plugged up. I'm going to try and delete it somehow, but you don't, in my opinion, I don't really plan to use the second gear. And with the 4S or the 3S power, it's plenty of punch and speed, as well as the modulation is on point.
Yeah, Steve, well, I'm fresh in my mind.
Of course.
You got the My Trick RC light kit with the 24, right?
Yeah.
Controller, and you ran that with 4S.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess because it's just powered from that BEC is powering up the receiver only at the 8.4. So it's not like a direct power in a sense on 4S, but it's getting that 4S power for the motor.
So it's actually still only getting what it needs.
Yes.
And not more than it should have.
It probably is maybe getting a tiny bit more than it should have, since I'm not sure if it's like 8.4 rated. But
it's not.
Maybe if it was like the lower,
it's definitely not 8.4 rated. I know that.
Basically working still. So I'm not turning on the lights to
All right.
Proline. But if you guys did want to set up these My Trick lights, you can see these are some sweet high-powered lights that I went ahead and swapped out the stock little lights. These are like high-powered LED
I feel like
bars.
maybe down the road you should do the ones they sell for the C10 that are more like the yellow lights. They're more like halogens, not LED.
Oh, okay.
That would give it cool scale points to my boat.
That's true, right? Well, these ones, they still come with those like little spotlights or the little fog light color. So get the
Right?
yellow and the high power. What's cool about the white ones though is that it's a high power. So on the controller, you can plug it up. There's 3 connections right there. Those black connections, those are the high power LEDs. So that'll make your high power LEDs super bright. And then you have 4 ports to run like your regular lights, which I'm using the rear lights and the little fog lights for.
Dude, my trick makes it so easy.
Yeah, and as you guys can tell, all I did was just wire it up, connect it to the body. It's super small. You can connect it straight to the chassis if you wanted to, but I kind of like the cleanliness on the chassis when I open it up. There's not really many wires. It's just the long wire going underneath to the receiver. So,
Hey, yo, where are you
yeah.
putting your battery right now?
Right now, I'm waiting for the sliders to come in. But thankfully, here's my battery, little chunky 4S. It kind of fits perfectly right here on the side still. And while I'm driving it, it
Well,
doesn't
what
come
slider
underneath.
did you get?
Sliders, I got something like this that I have on this Discovery that they actually kind of got destroyed already because this one's my son's, so he drives it pretty hardcore.
Oh,
But
that.
so you can
Okay.
see
With
those
the fender welder?
inner
Right.
fenders that run along all the way. So they're like integrated sliders. So I got some of those, so that way I can put my lipo right on the bottom. And then what I do plan to do last is I've seen a couple guys, they've modded to fit a NSDRC RS40 little nano winch in here, guys. It would basically be mounted in this area right here. So if you want to put a winch, nano winch on one of your little FCX24Ms, Northwest Chassis Works sells the winch plate for the SCX24, which perfectly fits for the FCX24M rails as well. And that'll give your little trail scale truck that ultimate last details. But lastly, don't skimp out on the tires and the wheels and the inserts, in my opinion. What do you think, Mark?
No, that makes all the performance
Yeah,
for sure.
it makes all the performance for sure. The new 50.0s and the 50.1s, the slime balls. I'm actually curious of trying one of those sets out in the in like a pitbull rocker to see how that does, or maybe the
Oh,
KM3s
that's what this is. Rockers.
with, with the new inserts.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like placebo effect, but every time I put in some Flub RC inserts, they just kill it. But
Nah, it ain't
uh,
placebo. It's
yeah,
real.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those things every time. Check out this little tiny tread pattern on this. This is the Blood Axe tire from Friction X RC. The Braven Blood Axes. These hook up pretty pretty insane. I was surprised at a lot of the lines that it pulls, and then kind of put
Oh
these
no.
on this truck just to compare it to, and dude, these ones are stupid insane. So I'm probably gonna swap out the wheels, probably put them back on these or something narrow, so I can run these tires because dude, they look good and they perform amazing. Uh, what I kind of like about this is if you see, Mark, if I zoom in a little bit,
Yeah.
that there's siping or little tread lines on each of
Which ones
the
are those
outer
again?
lugs. These are the berserkers.
Berserkers. Okay. So that's the one I wanted to order. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So check these ones out, guys. I think these are gonna be like the most popular new tiny tire. If I was to pick between all of those tires that came out recently, this one
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
Blood Axe are my favorite so far. Still haven't tried the other ones yet, but we'll get to those
It's
pretty
like
soon.
true scale.
True
Like there
scale for
it
sure.
wouldn't be like a small tire technically, but it would be an upgraded size, like a 35 for most trucks, I would
Mm-hmm.
say, in my opinion. Some of these tires are getting ridiculous. The 72s now? It's like a mud truck. It's crazy.
There's still no specific like new point .8 or point .9 tires out yet, right, Mark? It's just what we've seen
No,
from the
not that
stock
I've seen.
FMS tires still.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I'm
not that I've.
a little disappointed in. I did have these. These are the Batrazi .09 wheels. And as you guys can see a little bit, there's kind of leaving a big gap on these 1.0 tires. So in certain areas, I did just tack like a tiny little bit of CA glue to kind of lock it in so it doesn't slip. Because when I didn't have it, it was definitely slipping. So keep in mind that if you guys were planning to use these type of wheels, to probably you're either gonna have to keep with those small tires or get creative like me, or just hopefully somebody's gonna start making some quality point .8, point .9 size tires. Kind of odd that they made that size, but it looks super proper in my opinion for the scale of the bodies.
I still think you could stretch the set point .7, a few of the RC4 drive point .7s.
Dude, they are tiny. Oh, point stretch 'em.
Yeah, like the
Ah,
bigger versions, like the IROCs are kind of big. They have the Mudslingers,
that's true.
and there was another one that was kind of bigger.
I think the
But
Wranglers, maybe.
yeah, Wranglers were kind of bigger too, weren't they?
Yeah. Let's see. We want to actually check out what is good with your Burb.
Oh, the Suburban getting some love, huh?
Yeah.
46. Yeah, they're small, but we're talking about stretching and scale, so I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, dude. So a couple weeks ago, I got another one of those Suburbans, but it was like C10. Yeah, I think it was a C10 wheelbase, and it looked way too small when it arrived. I was like, kind of like, that's cool, but how the fuck am I going to use this? The wheel wells are way too small. Like, probably would have looked better on the TF2 chassis.
All right.
So I messaged the dude back. I was like, yo, can you make it a 155 and make it a lot bigger? And he said, yeah, I'm down for that. Let me get back to you. And then finally got back, and it's, I don't know if anybody knows this guy. Probably. NorCal GSRC92.
Nice.
Hooked it up. It was a 2-piece print. So I glued the 2 pieces together with styrene, whatever, on Friday. So the front and the back were 2 different separate pieces. Then bondoed it. Spent, I don't even know, probably an hour and a half sanding just to get that nice and smooth so that you can't really see the seam. I don't think you can anymore. And then hit it with the primer. This isn't wet sanded yet or anything, so it's still pretty rough. But somewhere in there would be where it was glued together and you can't see it. So,
Looks dope.
and yes, it's a true 3-door. I forget who was asking that, but yeah. So the 3-door Suburbans only had the curbside exit door on that side and not on the other side. See what I'm saying? And the detail is super sick. And then it's got the barn door rears, and it's the sexy GMC grill. I mean, stoked. That's not the chassis it's going on.
You gotta love those like
preference.
multiple piece prints. They have a lot of detail.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean that's got the chassis that's sitting on right now is this 63. Yeah, the 63 black labels. I'm gonna go probably like 56, 57 at the most, and I kind of have an idea what I want to do. I don't know. So, yeah, put some effort into that in the last 3 days. Pretty hype.
Dope, man.
That's something I've always liked, dude. I love those old Suburbans. Those things are so cool.
I was
like big trucks, you know.
I've been looking at my body bin, like the poor body bin that they need trucks, they need builds to get put on, and there is some old school bodies that I saw that I was like, oh man, I think it's definitely time to bust it out. So what I had found, that's crazy to say, but
the
Bronco, I want to bring back the Bronco,
yeah.
right?
The RC4 drive Bronco, I remember that one.
So
hell yeah.
This one was the actual Bronco. Now what they have is like a hybrid of like some Scout and a Bronco, right? But this one is the discontinued RC 4-wheel drive body, and one of those big bodies, man. I've been addicted to those big bodies trucks lately.
And the shock that have come out lately, those probably perform even better than you're used to.
Yes,
you know
and
what I
that
mean?
was
The big
back
shocks.
since it was just a stock FCX24 chassis. So
Right.
now I think all these scale builds, no doubt about it, easily can throw it on like an 8.0 C1.
Oh,
still have
yeah.
the 0-degree skid with the clearance and stuff.
You gonna make me break mine out, bro?
Yeah, let's see, because a lot of the guys here on Micro Mondays, we're blessed when we get to see a relic from you. So I know I am. I'm always like, what you got hiding back there?
All right.
And good time. If anybody has questions,
it used to be pretty.
Shout it out. Oh, dang.
A little dirty
Used to
now.
be, huh? Now it's really aging with time.
Yeah. Stock chassis too. I mean, I think this was my first SX24 chassis I bought. I got some old school shit going on here. I want to say those see rims with, man, I don't even remember who made those Beadlock ring covers.
Jeez, those look sick.
Right? Let's see, we got a Pro modeler. The green is an actual Ford color. I mean, it's dirty as fuck, but yeah. And then I got the RC4 drive, did those like, I don't know how to describe it. It's actual like aluminum decals, if you will. I don't even know how to describe it. See, yeah.
It's so sad. Mine are coming off.
Right?
I need to
made
find
that
those
shit
again.
look so legit.
And then, oh man, mine got beat up on the trails.
Uh,
I actually
yeah.
made this. I was getting really big into the styrene, so I got this idea. I wanted to do a little swing out tire carrier from styrene. So little FCX24 screw here, uh, with a little nut. I think it's vice versa, somewhere around like that. And then I did have like a little hook that I could just like pop it in there, but it kind of broke off. And these were like when I was just making those easy style bumpers of just making three little bends or two bends and calling it a day on some flat square piece styrene. So I lost the front one. You can tell that, dude, these things have a lot of details. I wish RC four-wheel drive still showed some love to the micros a little bit more.
I wish their performance matched their detail.
That's true, right?
You know what I mean? Dude, in my storage unit, I have like 7 Bronco bodies, I want to say, bro. I scored during the pandemic. People were just like,
Oh,
they were offloading everything they could sell to make, ends meet. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that. How about $20? Sure.
dude.
So yeah, I got
Yeah, those are the days,
brand new
but
ones, dude.
those are the
Crazy shit.
days. I was looking for one. I paid a good, well, actually, I think you blessed me, but I seen those prices, man. They were like 150 just for the body.
Yeah, they got up there at a point. Even
That's
the
crazy.
Toyotas. Remember when the Toyotas got discontinued?
Yes.
And people were selling those things for like 150, $180. It's like, why? It's still a model kit.
People just really needed a Toyota at that time.
Right?
I couldn't blame them. If you guys are chilling with us,
Which one is Jacob asking about? Speaking of, the the third homie who used to do the show for all you OGs. Half aloha. What's up, brother? What's
oh
the
snap,
OG Galanda Yoda?
Gladdy Yoda.
Galanda. He must mean, dude, I don't even know if I have that. I think that's in
Oh,
the storage too.
the red one, right? Oh
Well,
no,
no,
that's
that's a Losi. I think he's talking about the gray one I had during the pandemic. I think I stuffed that in storage, I want to say.
Do you have the Forerunner before the Forerunner became popular?
Fifth gen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Shout out any questions you guys want to ask us, and we'll answer them for you tonight. Back then, rigs took time to build with limited parts. Now, guys just order a shit ton of parts and build 3 rigs in a month. The burner
Right?
count.
So stupid. Yeah, I waited for this one alone, bro. I don't remember how long I waited to get the 3D print done. It's so thick and overly heavy. The dude printed it, he was still new at
That
it.
was before bamboos and
Yeah.
enders and stuff like
It
that.
was like Ender 1. But the details are good. And then I didn't know what to do for paint and all that. I mean, I spent hours sanding this fucking thing. It still looks like shit. But at the same time, it looks like a trail rig, so yeah.
Back in the day, that's what we were all about, just making scale
Bro,
trucks.
and that was pandemic, so this thing, man.
Right? I actually had a couple of cool bodies that I don't know why, but they got super destroyed because I wanted to just like mess around with bodies. But I remember I had the that Explorer build, Ford
Right?
Explorer, And then I had a pretty cool brown Jeep, like ZJ truck. That one was sick.
Dude, I remember the Raptor. That was like,
Oh, that was like one of the first
yeah.
low stanced out Raptor builds that I've seen.
That's when me and Jacob were like, yo, who's this RC Steve dude?
Dude, the Raptor body still goes hard. If you guys need a body idea, check out the Raptor bodies. But I think that's kind of what we've fallen off of a little bit. Is there's so many cool options now from 3D designers and companies that it's like, oh well, yeah, we can all just buy a cool body, but sometimes it's always fun still grabbing those model bodies, putting your heart and soul and sweat into those projects, and the reward pays out in the end for sure.
Yeah, you get something unique, you know, something new, something you're proud of for yourself, you know.
Yeah, right.
That's why I'm kind of hyped. Like nobody has that, and I'm gonna mod it and do my own shit. So look for that one because I dropped every project I had on a Friday. I was like, fuck that, I'm building this thing.
Right.
Oh man, Jacob, come back, bro. Dude has some of the best builds ever. You guys are sleeping if you haven't seen Hop Aloha, bro.
Yeah.
I miss his presence in the RC community.
We've lost some legends, but they're still around.
Oh,
for sure.
There. They be creeping.
They be creeping, right? You guys still hanging on till the end? We're actually about to draw
Oh yeah, I forgot we had a
giveaway. Yeah, but don't worry, I got everything already ready for us. So let me just double check for double names in my little list. Looks like we're good. I'm going to swap it up over here real quick. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's funny. I haven't broke Wendy out in a minute, dude. The Forerunner.
Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy Peppercorn.
Alrighty, guys.
Here we go. Coop RCE here. Yeah.
Coop. Thank you guys to Coop RC. We actually have a pretty cool giveaway. Guys, we have this super sick little toolkit for those tiny little nuts that we need to use for installing shocks or links. Anything that you need to grab in your chassis in hard to reach spots. And what's cool about it, before we take a look at the wheel, oh shoot, totally hit the spin button, guys. I won't erase. I won't show you guys. But they come in 3 different angles, Mark. So I know for me, I'm usually having like a needle nose pliers or like a straight wrench that only gives me like this kind of feature. But there are always some certain scenarios where I need that weird angle to get in and out.
Didn't IRC do that for the 110s?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
So
Cool idea. I like it.
You can really get into those crevices, guys. They'll hold the little M1.4 nuts that you need. And then also, guys, if you haven't checked out his other gear, he has some sweet roof racks. He's got a whole bunch of stuff, guys. He's got chassis for FCX24. I think a couple more of them designs in the works. But some quality printing stuff. So here's a super nice roof rack Coop RC. And along with the giveaway, guys, we'll give away a little bit of RC Steve swag too. We have patches, banners, stickers, and we got some decal sheets finally landed. So
did you get yours?
I didn't get the ones that you just ordered, but I did get the ones that I've been waiting for. But next week we should definitely shout out, an upcoming, where you can get the some good quality stickers, guys, for your logos. And if you want to support the RC community, we'll tell you where to head to. So don't pay attention to that name, guys. Super sorry that you saw that right there. We're gonna shuffle this up. The name is still in there, guys, so nobody won yet. Um, don't worry, guys. Nobody's won
Yeah,
yet. I accidentally pushed that button
no
on
congrats
accident.
yet.
But here we go, guys. Let's get it ready. We're gonna go swap over to the Instagram and check to see if you guys are following Coop RC, so that way you guys will win. All right, here we go. Who's gonna win it? We got shout out if you're here, because you have to be here in order to win. Tiny Trucks
Oh, yeah.
VT. Shout out if you're still watching, brother. Tiny Trucks VT. If you are in here, we will check to see if you won. Looks like maybe he's not in here right now.
He was like 2 minutes ago.
Saw him.
Yeah.
Is he in here? No, I don't think he's in here.
Yeah, he was. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I don't think he's in here right now because he's got to be in here to win it. So, man, too bad. Tiny Trucks VT. Sorry about that, brother. Let's go ahead and pick a. Oh, Tiny Trucks. He's in there, bro. I'm so sorry to jump the gun on you.
He
So,
forgot to underscore.
let me see if you're following Coop. And he is. So, Tiny Trucks VT, you are the winner. Sorry to jump the gun on that, but yes, brother. Took home the dub. So, congratulations, Mr. Tiny Trucks VT. We see you loud and clear. I finally see your comments popping up, so thank you guys for shouting that out. Took home the Coop RC goodies. We'll throw in some swag from myself, and the next couple giveaways we'll have some Dirt McGirt stuff. We'll be tossing in too. We'll have to
See, they're
get
gonna
some
send you a stack of flaps to put in
That's
the
what I'm saying.
giveaways. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and I'm tossing in those scale M&Ms. So that's just some. I was digging through my stuff. I have so much stuff that I was like, oh, those look pretty cool. I don't eat chocolate, so someone else can have it.
They're literally edible.
No.
Oh, I was like, damn.
If I don't need it in real life, I don't need it. So I'll give it to somebody. But yeah, shout out again, you guys, for hanging out till the very end. You guys got to see the MB18 getting unboxed. Keep an eye out. We'll get the IFS system here. We'll be one of the first to share with you guys what that looks like. Dirty Customs. Don't forget, guys, Dirt McGirt is Dirty Customs. So if you want some custom paint job work, this is the man with the plan. He has what you need, guys, to make your dreams come true. And then also, if you guys do pick up an FCX24M, you guys know all the little tips and tricks that we covered this week. Check out some of the upgrades that we mentioned. If you guys need links for it, let me know. We'll take care of you too. And man, it's been a good one tonight, guys. Mark, as always, I'm glad we get to catch each other on the stream.
All right.
So hit me up again, Tiny Trucks VT. I'll get you your info, and we'll get that out to you. And everybody else will be here next week. It is the crunch time to Pro Line, so we'll see if I have anything else completed by next week. Never know. But alrighty, guys. Take care. Mark, have a good night. Peace out.
Yo.